We're back again. This is Ben, Charlie, Dorsey Wright Interns, and I think today we just wanted to go ahead and start out and have a brief little roundtable on getting a job. It's something you got to do. We're getting ready to graduate college, and some people might not be going to college or graduating high school, and they're looking on to embarking on a career. And I think we just wanted to talk, calm your nerves that it's going to be okay. There's a lot. The job market's pretty tough right now. Unemployment's getting up there, but there still are jobs out there. Granted, we haven't found them yet, but we're going to talk about some tools on how to find the appropriate jobs.
In physics, what goes up must come down, and I guess sometimes generally what goes down must come up.
Right.
And right now we are considered to be in a recession, but there's still jobs out there.
Yeah.
Market Watch, they had a little table, and it showed that the government, they're definitely hiring right now. There's definitely some jobs in healthcare and education, and even mining. If you want to be a gold or coal miner, there are jobs out there. And the most important thing is to go out there, keep looking. It may be frustrating. It definitely is going to be frustrating, but just don't quit. You need to start having an income to survive, start saving money and investing, and without a job, you can't do all those things.
Yeah. I think, especially if you're in college, and even if you have graduated college, tapping into the alumni database is a huge tool to learn about different careers out there, and so you'd be amazed. I'm currently doing this right now, just talking to some of the older guys in my fraternity that have already graduated, or just older UVA grads. Just talking to them, and you'd be amazed at how willing they are to stick out a helping hand and say, "Look, this is what I do, and I'd be glad to talk to you about it." And the best way to tap through that is through your career service office. I don't know how it works at all the different schools, but I know at UVA, they're just so willing. That's all they do. They're there they get paid to help you find a career, and just establishing contacts, set up a meeting with one, and talk about. I mean, look, we're 21. We don't know what we're going to do for the rest of our lives, but sit down and just write out what you're interested in, and they'll list out so many different jobs and different opportunities that exist out there for you.
And more importantly, they help you getting your resume together.
Yeah.
Working on interview skills, putting your foot out there, making those connections that otherwise you wouldn't be able to have if you just did it on your own. So go to your college or school's website, check out their career services. They'll definitely be able to help you. Yeah. And also, as I said before, the government's helping. They have a student government jobs website available, and also usajobs.gov.
Yeah.
Great resource if you want to work for the government.
Yeah. And like I was saying, I just want to talk a little bit further on just like tapping into resources. I've learned, it's oftentimes not what you know, but who you know.
Definitely.
You hear that phrase a lot, and it's a terrible phrase, but it plays out to be true in a lot of different situations. Whereas if you were just to call up, you've got a dad or a mom that has a friend in an area of business that you're interested in, just give them a call and say, look, hey, I'm so-and-so's son. I'm kind of interested in banking or something like that. Do you have a few minutes to talk or to sit down and talk about what it is that you do and what it would take for me to get into the field? And they might not have any jobs for you or anything like that, but just establishing a network base and talking to different people, getting your name out there, that's so huge. And I've learned that more and more as I'm going through the process.
Yeah, and I was listening to the radio the other day, and they were talking about football coaches. And how they interview a lot of the times. They interview maybe 5-10 positions, and they may interview at 10 positions, and they only get 2 offers. But they said by interviewing at those 10 positions, some of those interviews help them land another job, or gain access to another interview. And that's why I believe that having great interview skills and being well prepared, it makes you stand out from every other person who's trying to get a job.
Yeah.
Because practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to ask your friends or family friends, for advice or for help or to gain access to those interviews or to those jobs. It's okay. Everybody does it.
Yeah, that's part of growing up and getting into the field that you want to get into. And I think if I were to offer one specific piece of advice, it would be to not be scared to ask for help, like you were saying. Not be scared to just call up somebody, try and establish a meeting with them, or I guess just the alumni database resource, through either your college or your fraternity or sorority or whatever. There's so many different ways that people are just so willing to help you out and get you involved in whatever it is that you want to get involved with.
Yeah, our boss just printed out an old magazine from 1970. And on the cover basically has this big bear, and it says inflation, recession, and a frantic bear market. Then it goes into another page. It says a gloomy feeling, a nervous market, a troubled economy, rising prices, and unemployment. To go further, it basically talks about how houses have been halted and men are out of work. And this is 1970. And, 10 years later, the economy was booming.
Yeah.
People were landing jobs.
Yeah.
It's a cycle out there.
Yeah.
The economy's in a cycle. It's in a recession right now. But if you work hard, if you prepare yourself, if you put yourself out there, by reading everything you can, practicing your interview skills, making sure that your resume is great, you should be fine.
Yeah. Opportunities will come. You just gotta wait for your break, and you can't quit. You gotta keep getting after it. Don't let anything get you discouraged, because that's when things are gonna go backwards rather than forwards.
That's true.
I think that
is it.
Might be it for us for a couple days here at Dorsey Wright.
And if you have any questions, feel free to email us at dwainterns@dorseywright.com.
And dwainterns.blogspot.com. There should be some more articles and videos coming up.
And if you have any suggestions for future videos, email us or comment on our blog.
Love to hear from you.
Yeah. Good luck, guys.